of NBA and the Houston Rockets starting five. We've got Alperon Şengün. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Jalen Green. And it's Brooks in at the two-guard spot. And for Oklahoma City, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And Green slams it in.
Green just levitates to the rack. A 40-inch plus vertical will allow you to do that.
Gilgeous Alexander looking around. Williams a screen on Thompson. And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease. when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And here's Houston. 4-point game. From deep, Brooks. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Hartenstein with the screen on Brooks. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Green. Inside, Holmgren with the steal. Outside, Dort. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
Brooks with a screen on Dort. And here's Green outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Green's got 7.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. And Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Thompson, and then jammed down right as he goes over Jalen Williams.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
To the paint, here's Hartenstein, a shake, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Green taking his time here. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's good on the 3-ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's got a couple of threes now in the first for Oklahoma City. Green against Dort. Eason with a screen for Green. Pass to Brooks. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Jalen Green making half. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at small forward. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Thompson passes to Eason. Off target from outside. Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Williams. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Out to Brooks. From deep, Green. Dort grabs the miss. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
It's Thompson off the drive. It's not going to go for him. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen on Brooks. Driving.
Oh, my goodness! That was special.
Oh, now that hurts the defense there. Stylish move by SGA.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
Dort against Green to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low, here's Hartenstein. Eason grabs the board. Rockets trail by 6. Here's Green. Nice defense from Dort. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with the screen for Holmgren. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge.
Houston's gone 0-2 from deep in the second. Thompson, a screen on George. Green drives in. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Holmgren against Eason. Outside, Green. Good on the triple. Green's got 12 points in the game.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by the Thunder.
Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Connects from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
From deep, Brooks. Here's Eason. Still scoreless.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
It's Dort on the wing, headed by Green. Hartenstein passes to Dort, and it goes down 2 points. Dort's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for him. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Hartenstein with the screen on Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Here's Thompson. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the paint. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. Misses the 3. Thompson from long range. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
So on the floor for Houston, Jayshawn Tate out there with Whitmore. And there's Green, then it's Jabari Smith. And it's Landale in at the 5, down low. Now, here's Tate. And Tate throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Yeah, and in terms of size, not your typical center, but, man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Williams, a screen on Tate. Pass to Williams. Now here's Caruso. 4 on the clock. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. Here's Williams. And off the fry, and in it goes. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
It's Joe on the wing. Tate covering. Williams can't hit. Rockets trail by 6. Tate the pass to Landale. And the wide open shot from Green. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Thunder. And the shot is good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Now Whitmore, he has 5.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Caruso, the pass to Williams. Off target at the rim. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Smith.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Williams has a screen for Caruso. Off target with his 3. Rockets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Here's Whitmore. Following the
Big time!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Williams has a screen for Caruso to the inside.
And you see a big defensive upside in Whitmore. He's quick and has great strength.
Smith finds Tate. Here's Whitmore. Houston moving it around. Smith on the wing. Shot clock at 6. For the lead. Hands it from downtown. Smith's got 7 now in this quarter.
Plays the 4, but he can really shoot it from deep. And when he lets it fly, that shows you the confidence he has in that shot.
Wiggins from outside. No good.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Smith outside. Here's Whitmore, defended by Caruso. Green with a screen on Caruso. Whitmore, rebound by Williams.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Fires for 3, and that one's good. Caruso's got 5 now. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
A new lineup here for Houston. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Here's Green. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And Thompson sends it back. And it's the Rockets on the break. Williams against Brooks. Eason with a screen for Brooks. Out to the right wing. Eason's shot is good. Eason's got his first bucket in this one.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Now, here's Holmgren. Pass to Hartenstein, and stolen by Eason. Drops in the breakaway layup. Eason's got 4 this quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Houston.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And, you know, they've been stupendous challenging shots and protecting the rim. Their block numbers really reinforce what we've seen from them in terms of rim protection.
Eason with a screen for Brooks. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Shooting for Houston,
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Hey, it's hard not to gush about Green. I mean, he's one of the more exciting talents to enter this league in quite some time.
And it's Green with the jam. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Thompson.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Outside, Green. Over to the wing. Eason passes to Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. And he drives in.
Brooks is always working hard for this team, and here it pays off with a huge basket.
Hartenstein with the screen on Thompson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Şengün with the screen for Thompson. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. And Şengün throws it down.
When the stakes rise, you need guys who will step up and rise with it. Nice play by Şengün.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 5 here tonight. George against Green. Eason, a screen on George. Eason with it. And Thompson throws it down.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And so Green will bring it up for Houston. 3-point lead. 51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Inside, Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Şengün with the screen for Eason. Back to Green. 6 to shoot. Pass to Şengün. From the wing. Deflected by Hartenstein.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Şengün. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this
have you with us for NBA. Basketball. So the Houston starting five. They've got Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Amen Thompson, and it's Brooks in at the 2 guard. And for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the 1. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Well, those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
DeRozan with the bucket.
Oh, you love how DeRozan just keeps working. No let up at all.
Outside, Green. The 3 is up. And he buries his first look.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's LaVine. And there it is for him.
You have to love how persistent LaVine is inside, enduring the contact and finding his shot.
Brooks from outside. They get it back. Here's Eason outside for Green. Stolen. Back come the Kings in transition. Thompson with the block. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. LaVine against Thompson. LaVine surveys the D. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Houston.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And you look at the Kings, Brent. They've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it yet?
Here's Ellis. Lets it go from deep. Sinks it from distance.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Sengun. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I caught up with the head coach of the Kings for a moment. We talked about how Alperen Sengun can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's Brooks. Eason, a screen on DeRozan. And the ball out of play. The Kings will have it. The Kings lead by 7. Murray, a screen on Thompson. Pass to Valanciunas. He takes it in. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, I certainly don't want to be on the tracks when the Valanciunas train is coming at you.
Now here's Green. He's covered closely. The Kings have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. On the wing, Murray. Here's Ellis. Green covering. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The 3 from Thompson. Houston with another miss. Sacramento has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. LaVine way outside. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The ball's knocked loose. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. He drops it from range.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Here's Ellis. Green covering. Valanciunas with a screen on Green. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Thompson against Levine. 6 on the shot clock. Drives to the hoop. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
You know, Zach LaVine is so energetic out there on the floor. You gotta love a guy who consistently plays at a very high effort level like that.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ellis passes to Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. Green covering. DeRozan outside. Pass to Levine. Thompson with a steal. He gets it up. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Kings on top. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you think about the Kings here, guys?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's LaVine. Following. Oh, Zach LaVine takes flight.
That's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Green for 3. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's LaVine for 3. Ooh, LaVine getting after it on the break.
And with how well LaVine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Outside, Green. Pass to Thompson. On the attack, Green. Valanciunas with a rebound. And it's Valanciunas with the ball for the Kings. Here's LaVine. Oh, look at LaVine getting it done in the paint.
Proving once again, LaVine is not all dunks and threes.
Brooks outside. And here in the second with about 1.5 minutes gone by. They grab their own miss. Here's Şengün bearing his 2nd of 3 attempts.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Outside, Green. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. It's good. Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, B.A. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, it sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. And so here's Sacramento. After the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. Levine against Thompson. Pass to Ellis. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. Levine with a steal. DeRozan for three. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Rockets trail by 7.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the second. Green going at the D.
And this is why Green's guys encourage him to attack, because it puts the defenses in compromising situations.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good. Green. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
On the wing, Levine. Defended by Thompson. And that one's good. Ellis has got 5 points.
You got to keep that head up, and Levine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there.
Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. Thompson scanning the floor. Clock at 6. The three. And it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Valanciunas sets a screen. Levine passes to Valanciunas. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Levine against Brooks. So it'll be 2 free throws. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coaches.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Houston.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First one falls for him.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
Sacramento leading by 4. DeRozan down low. Brooks defending. DeRozan passes to Ellis. Back to DeRozan. Up and over Brooks. And it's DeRozan missing. And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. Pulls up for 3. Tries again. Ellis with a rebound. Outside Levine. 3-pointer. No good. Pass to Brooks. Beyond the arc. Zach LaVine. He's been the guy making things happen for the Sacramento Kings. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Jayshawn Tate out there with Whitmore. Then it's Green, then it's Jabari Smith, and it's Landale in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Monk. Picked by Sabonis. And it's Monk missing. The Rockets trail. It's Tate on the wing. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
Monk passes to Crowder. Back to Monk. Pass to Sabonis. Fires for three. And it's Monk. That time on the assist by Sabonis. And the Kings lead by 2.
And that distribution from Sabonis just keeps growing. Found the open man that time.
Green with a screen on Crowder. Here's Whitmore. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Now here's Monk. And here's Sabonis outside. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. And here we go, the Rockets in transition.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And it's Monk off the dribble. Oh, hey, how about that?
That's impressive.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Here's Tate. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. The Kings leading. Outside Monk. Sabonis outside. Pass to LaRavia. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
For Houston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. When we talk about the top players in the league, Brent, Domantas Sabonis can get overlooked.
You wonder if the record was a little bit better last year for the Kings, where he might have finished in the MVP voting, because this guy led the league in rebounding, and he put up 8 assists per game. So top 10 in MVP, that could have moved up a little bit with a winning record. He is a legitimate star at his position.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. And here's Sabonis outside. Rebounded by Green. The Rockets have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from Smith. Now, it's important for him to make strides as a playmaker.
Monk for 3. Here's Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Tate against Monk. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one falls for Tate. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Now here's Monk. Whitmore defending.
Stay out of the way!
Wow! And he dunks it down.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Out to Sabonis. Back to Monk. Takes the 3. He buries it from 3. Monk's got 11 in the second half.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Pass to Green. Back to Smith. Green, a screen. Shot clock at 5. A nice shot by Smith. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And looks like Smith is already getting stronger. He's looking to add some muscle, and that finish through contact is a great sign.
Out of bounds. It'll be Rockets ball.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turnover.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Green. Şengün, the screen. On the attack, Green. And a missed layup. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Rockets on top, leading by... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And here's Thompson for 3. Connects from downtown.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Pass to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas just needs a little bit of airspace. He's so big, easy for him to get to the rim.
Outside Eason. Now Şengün. Back to Eason. Six to shoot. Şengün, a screen on Murray. Here's Eason. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Kings trailing. Here's Ellis. Driving inside. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Here's Şengün. Pass to Green. Outside Eason for 3. Ellis with a rebound. Ellis has got 4 rebounds now. LaVine with a screen on Green. Ellis passes to LaVine. Here's Ellis. Outside for LaVine. Lets a floater go. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. Brooks with it. Guarded by Valanciunas. Brooks against Valanciunas. Brooks outside. Thompson. LaVine against Eason. Here's Thompson into the lane. And he goes right over DeMar DeRozan and slams it down.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
LaVine against Thompson. To the left side wing. Here's Ellis. Back to LaVine. The Rockets pull it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. Outside for Brooks. Good. And the assist goes to Şengün. And now a 7-point Rocket lead.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
Oh, that was a bomb from LaVine.
You have to applaud LaVine's work ethic. He gives his all to find points for his team.
Outside, Green pulls up. He hits the back iron and sinks it. And the Rockets lead by 6. Ellis passes to LaVine. And LaVine, throw it down.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from LaVine. His offensive skill set is amazing. With 2 hands on the rock, he powers powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. DeRozan, a screen on Thompson. Levine passes to DeRozan. The three from Valanciunas. Good D by Şengün.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
It's so hard to pass up a three-pointer when the D is completely scattered.
Kings trail by 9. Picked by Murray. Here's Levine. Oh, and the jam by Levine.
So good at getting elevated. Levine rises up and hammers it down.
And Brooks has got the ball here for the Rockets. Puts up a three. Rebound by Sacramento.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points, and they need them now.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Out on the floor, Levine can really move. He keeps the fast break one step ahead of the defense.
And he commits the intentional foul. Whitmore's checked in for the Rockets. Trying here to put the game out of reach.
And that's why it's important to play this one smart.
Outside Eason. Pass to Şengün. The three. Buries it from three.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Levine for three. Here's Valanciunas. And so it's Houston winning this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by.
NBA. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. The tray. Levine can't hit.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Williams outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, that one goes in there.
Quick trigger there by SGA. I'll tell you, on the catch, be ready to rise and fire.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
No good from outside.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Dort with the ball. DeRozan defending. Dort attacking.
Lou Dort is 6'3", 215. You don't think he wants a little contact? That is nicely done on the drive.
It's his first trip to the line. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player of the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
Here's Levine, and then Levine with the champ.
Body control, flair for the dramatic. Levine in style.
Here's Dort. Rebound by the Kings. This one for 3. Again, Levine missing. Oklahoma City's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Hartenstein passes to Holmgren. Hartenstein with the screen for Holmgren. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Murray for 3. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Drains the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Outside, Dort, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Kings trailing. Levine, a screen on Williams. DeRozan for 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Valanciunas. For Sacramento, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, "We've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift them to a point guard." It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special.
Powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Levine with it. Dort covering. From downtown, and Zach LaVine hits from deep. Levine's got 5 now.
Levine's form is pure. That three-point shot is pretty.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. Pass to Valanciunas. Now here's Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Ellis can't get it to go.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
Sacramento with the ball. The Thunder making the shot. And DeRozan kicks to Levine. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Outside, Dort. And there's the drive. The dive for the ball. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. And the rejection by Holmgren. It's all tied in Sacramento. After this... And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Now, offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Now here's Ellis. Valanciunas finds Murray. Out to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Levine's shot is off.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
No, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Valanciunas. For 3. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ellis. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
If you're guarding SGA in the pick and roll, boy, stop the ball, because otherwise Shai's going to get to where he wants to go.
If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Now, here's DeRozan. Nothing on the board. To the middle. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Thunder leading by 4. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They lead by 6, their biggest margin.
Boy, delicate touch on that floater by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's pretty.
Dort against Levine. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. And Dort gets it to go.
Right into the rise and fire up the dribble. Ooh, Dort, that is nice.
Ellis dishes to Levine. On the wing, Murray. Ellis, the pass to Levine. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Ellis. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Nice move. And there's the nice layup by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 6.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Ellis. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein with the screen on Ellis. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving in. It's stolen by DeRozan. The shot, no good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And get ready for the favorite half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shots.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. You've got Alex Caruso. Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Joe in at the point.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Now here's Caruso. From outside the arc. It doesn't go for him. The Kings trail by 3. Monk outside. Sweet little floater. Monk's got 5 points so far.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
The Kings shooting here about 46% for the game. Sabonis sets the pick for Monk. At the top of the key, Sabonis. Five on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Kings lead by 1.
Boy, that could have been an empty possession, but Sabonis hustle on the glass, turns it into a couple of points.
Williams, a screen on Crowder. Here's Caruso. Sabonis with the steal. Miles passes to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
I'll tell you, Domantas Sabonis has got some big-time athleticism. That's a pretty dunk.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's the Thunder now. They're scoreless since the first half. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. A three-pointer, Wiggins kept alive. And it's Sacramento's ball. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Here's Lyles. Monk outside. They get a hand on it. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Monk. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Monk grabs the board. Kings leading now by 3. Fires the 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles. Thunder trailing by 3. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Shoots. Caruso, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Monk, no one around him. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Monk's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Joe, up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And then Monk with the dunk.
I tell you, Monk has some bunnies on it. I mean, he leaps up there with ease to throw that one down. The D has got to be a little bit more aware of his athleticism.
Now here's Caruso. Scoreless thus far. Williams outside. And it's LaRavia with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Back to Monk. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Joe.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
From down in the low post, it goes. Here's Monk. They lead by 4. Sabonis sets the pick for Monk. Driving to...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely...
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Kings on top, ending the third quarter with a massive 16-4 run. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Valanciunas in its center. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Williams kicks to Dort. There's the 3. And LaVine with the block.
Wow, solid solid swat from Levine. Coaches and teammates appreciate when he's engaged on the defensive end.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Hartenstein with the screen on Ellis. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
And the jam by Levine.
Levine cooking right now, and if I'm the defense, I'm trying to make sure I knock him off balance.
Hartenstein with the screen on Ellis. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Gilgeous-Alexander.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to make.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, the rise and fire off the bounce by Gilgeous-Alexander. With that length and release point, good luck guarding.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Clock at 6. Levine kicks to Ellis. With the drive. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Nobody near Williams. No good with the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Levine for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot missing. Steve from Valanciunas. Ellis with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Murray is screen on Holmgren. Levine. And it's Murray with the jam.
Throw it down, Keegan. Mr. Murray flying high.
Ellis against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And Levine, here we go. Valanciunas finds Murray. Nailed from three-point land. Murray's got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings. Pass to Holmgren. The 3. That shot misses. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Sacramento Kings.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Kings.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though. Whenever things started to look a little dire, they really put the hammer down.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Zach LaVine.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Here's Williams. Lets it go with a 3.
Jalen Williams for 3.
Levine for three. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. So the Kings win it. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris.
A look at the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. And for Houston, they've got Thompson. Dylan Brooks is out there with Jalen Green. Then there's Alperen Şengün. And it's Eason in at the 4-man spot. Points will come at a premium tonight, Richard. These are two of the stingiest defenses in the NBA.
Yeah, these games were a grind to play in. You're fighting for every bucket. So the little things, like an extra possession here or there, those will be huge.
Now here's Brooks. Nifty move. Eason can't get it to go. They set a pick. Williams from long range. It's rebounded by Houston. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. I asked him specifically about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what their defensive game plan is for him, and Coach said we have to be active, we have to keep him in front of us, and to try to limit his chances around the rim. Their offense really opens up when he's able to attack the basket, so let's see if the defense is up for the challenge. BA?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And this is Shai's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires from deep. Sinks the tray. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Green, the pass to Eason. Nice move. It's Eason with the jam.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the teardrop falls in. He has 7.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Eason, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooks, the pass to Eason. From outside the arc. Dort grabs the miss. Oklahoma City leading by 5. High arcing shot. Holmgren with a screen on Şengün. Down low. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Green, the pass to Eason. Şengün with it. He's guarded by Hartenstein. And Şengün gets it to go.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 7.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Brooks, following the bucket by the Thunder. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a screen on Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Green against Dort. Green in the post. No points so far. Oh, and coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
For Houston, Jalen Green taking 2 shots.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Free throw good. Green. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere. You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
There's a screen. Here's Green. Drills the elbow jumper.
I know it's not in vogue right now, but for guys like Green, there are points to be had in that mid-range.
Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, Coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. And he's going for the oop here. Dort with a steal. Up in time. That shot, no good. And so it's Oklahoma City leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Thompson out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Green. And it's Şengün in at the center position, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Thompson passes to Eason. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Eason's got 6.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
The kick out to Williams. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Thompson goes in. Oh, he cranks it in! Right on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Goodness.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson to the paint. Shakes him. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Şengün finds Eason. 6 on the shot clock. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Leading by 5. SGA on the move. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
The defense gives Shai all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense. His elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. It's good. Hartenstein's got 10 points.
A 6'6" playmaker, SGA has a great view of the floor.
Here's Green, and he drives in. Williams grabs the board. Oklahoma City leading by 7.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the second period. Pass to Hartenstein. Green against Dort. Back to Hartenstein. To the inside. Shot on the wing. The shot by Dort, no good. For Houston, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. On the wing, Green. Eason, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Green with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Eason, good.
As he gets more comfortable in unlocking his potential, we'll see Green get more comfortable in moving the ball.
Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Şengün with a steal. Pass to Thompson. Outside for Brooks. Thompson, a screen on Williams. Brooks from outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Defended by Şengün.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Thompson passes to Green. Out to the right wing. Şengün with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Tries a 10-footer. Pass to Green. Lets the three fly. Yes. And a nice assist from Thompson. Green's got 11.
That is just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Team foul.
Five ticks left in the first half of basketball. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Oklahoma City ahead. They're up by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins out there with Kenrich Williams. And then it's Alex Caruso, and it's Williams in at the 5 down low. Green with a screen on Williams. The 3, Smith. They get it back. Here's Landale. And that misses. That would have put him up. Thunder with a lead. Wallace outside. Launches the 3. Hits the three-pointer. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Green from the arc. Williams grabs the board. Thunder leading by 4. Jumps up, and Williams punches it home.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will end the shot.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw this game. Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins. Look, that's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the charts.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Williams with the screen. Here's Caruso. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Caruso's got his first 2 points.
and you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
4-3. And Whitmore with the 3.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
Oh, there's the alley. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Got a hand on it. Now here's Wiggins. Whitmore defending. And that one drops for him.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Rockets trail by 6. Here's Whitmore. Williams grabs the board.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And you watch Alex Caruso on defense, RJ. He forces his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's got great instincts, quick hands. You can't be loose with the ball around Caruso, one of the best one-on-one defenders in the game.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. The 3-ball. The offensive rebound. Minute 32 left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. Inside. The kick out to Wiggins. Fires the 3. And the three-pointer goes. Wiggins got 5 points now this quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Rockets trail by 8. Here's Whitmore driving to the basket. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Aaron Wiggins. Houston shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Thunder leading by 5. Caruso outside. Williams with the screen. Caruso pass to Williams. It's hauled in by Houston. To the paint. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. Just 2 to shoot. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. It's the Thunder. They're up by 5. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. We've got Jeff Green. Whitmore is out there with Jayshawn Tate. Then it's Jabari Smith. And it's Landale in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Outside Whitmore. Green with a screen on Williams. Outside Whitmore. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group for the Rockets. Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here we go, the Rockets in transition. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Holmgren with a screen on Brooks. Williams from long range. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Green. Şengün, a screen on Dort. Pass to Şengün. Now here's Green. 6 on the shot clock. Green. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
The shifty nature of Green just makes things so tough on the defense.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Green. The Thunder have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. With some arc. Pass to Holmgren. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Williams, a screen on Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Just 5 on the clock. Goes back up. Here's Williams. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And the Thunder lead by 3. On the attack, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Coach has to be pleased with what Green is doing out there, playing with a ton of energy on the offensive end.
Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. Outside for Dort. Deflected. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Holmgren. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Strong take from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort.
Pass to Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Hartenstein with a screen on Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Thompson, a screen on Dort. A clear look for Green. Again, Houston.
How about Jalen Green stepping up, showing poise in a big spot?
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. From downtown. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tenacious stuff from Dort. I mean, he knows the situation and is dead set on getting them a bucket.
Left side, Green. Gilgeous-Alexander against Brooks. There's the drive. Yes!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Rockets with a rebound. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Here's Şengün. Count it!
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Williams against Brooks. The three is up. Williams misses. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock. Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
I'm not going to lie, that's big, making all of those, giving them a little bit more breathing room.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires away from way outside. And so it's Houston winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is...
Parkinson. Game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Now Sacramento starting 5. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Levine. Clock at 4. They get it again. That one goes. Count it.
And so aggressive on the offensive glass. Murray using that size well.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Udoka. David?
Now the concern tonight is the relentless nature of DeMar DeRozan. Coach said no matter what you throw at him, he finds his way to work around it. Sometimes it's with the shot, sometimes it's with the pass. Either way, he'll get you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. From deep, Brooks.
And that's how Levine's coaches want him to compete. He's maintaining good defensive position and, as a result, forces a tough shot.
Sinks the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Here's Ellis. The Rockets making the shot. Crafty move, and it's good on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Eason. Pass to Şengün. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Kings have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside, Green. Eason, a screen on Ellis. Lays it up and banks it in.
I don't think Green knows how to slow down or back off. I mean, even with the defense right in his face, he's going right at it inside.
And Levine throws it down. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And here's Green outside. Sacramento grabs the miss. On the wing, Levine. Brooks covering. From outside, off the mark. Houston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Green. A 3-ball. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Green's got 5 points so far.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
DeRozan a screen on Green. For 3, Ellis. Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now here's Ellis. Trains it from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
A floater, and it's Green, missing. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Levine against Thompson. Levine passes to Murray. Back to Levine. From past the arc. The Rockets pull it in.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Green against Ellis. To the inside. Green deciding where to go with it. Lets it go. The offensive rebound. Brooks outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
Houston ball.
And so Houston again turning it over.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Kings lead by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Green, and it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Murray against Eason. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. It's stolen by Valanciunas, and they're pushing it up. Lays it in off the breakaway. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 3 now for Sacramento.
With his strength, it isn't easy to upset Valanciunas with a little contact. You're going to have to get a lot more physical than that.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. They get it back. Murray outside. 6 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Murray's got 5.
And love the focus from Murray. He wants to make the most of his opportunity.
Thompson, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on DeRozan.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Drops in the tray.
Hey, he's one of the guys you don't want to give space to. Levine can do a lot of damage from deep.
Green against Ellis. And they pick up 2. 7 points in the game. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big and strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw a foul.
Thompson against Valanciunas. Pass to Eason. Back to Thompson. Launches it. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Almond will blow right by you.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Second chance effort. And it's good on the way in. Thompson's got 10.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Ellis against Green. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Here's Eason. Out to Thompson. And finally they hit one. Thompson's got 10 points in the quarter.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Murray, no good. Houston in the lead. Brooks with it. Şengün with a screen on Murray. Brooks kicks to Thompson. Launches a three. Rebound by Murray. And Murray's got the ball here for Sacramento. In the corner, it's Levine. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. And Levine with the slam.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Levine against Brooks. Şengün with a screen on Levine. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Kings on top. They're up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Rumble. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Amen Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
On the floor for Sacramento, they've got Domantas Sabonis. Jay Crowder out there with Malik Monk. Then it's Trey Lyons. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward. Here's LaRavia, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And it's great to watch Monk share the ball. He's a more than capable passer when his mind is right.
Green with a screen for Whitmore. The shot will not fall. The Kings leading. Here's Crowder. The kick out to Sabonis. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. Sabonis has got his first points of the game.
Boy, Sabonis looking really comfortable shooting off the pass. If you're not right up on him, he'll burn you.
There's the pick. And Tate gets it to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Pass to Tate. Out to Smith. Lots of room. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Monk. The kick out to Sabonis. Here's LaRavia. Sabonis' screen on Smith for the three. And Sabonis with the three. Sabonis has got 5 points so far.
You've got to at least honor the three-point shot from Sabonis. He's capable of knocking it down from there.
Here's Whitmore. Defended by Crowder.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Monk kicks to Sabonis. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Crowder the pass to Monk. They set the screen. Takes it inside. Here's LaRavia. Another three for Sacramento.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
Tate against
2
Monk.
minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Up top Tate. From deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Offensive rebound. Sabonis inside. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Sabonis has got the lead up to 9 now for Sacramento.
Boy, one of the things that stands out with Domantas Sabonis, this guy is high energy all the time. He's a relentless glass eater.
First personal foul. First team foul.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Whitmore finds Green. Back to Whitmore. That one falls. Whitmore's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Screen by Sabonis. Here's Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
46 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Whitmore throws it down.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
On the wing, Monk. Whitmore defending. Basket good. Monk's got 6 points.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Whitmore. Lays it up off the glass.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Monk outside. Rebound by Smith.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that layup.
The three, and the three ball is good. And now just a 4-point Kings lead.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
The third quarter comes to a close. Kings lead by 4. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Sacramento leading by 4. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Thompson, then it's Brooks, and it's Green in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. DeRozan's shot is good.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but it's almost impossible to affect his shot.
Here's Thompson, and he slams it down right on top of DeMar DeRozan.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Valanciunas finds DeRozan. 17-foot shot on the way. DeRozan with a screen for Murray. Shot clock at 5. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The three-pointer, no good. Kings shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Ellis with it. Now Green defending, and stolen by Şengün.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Şengün with the screen for Brooks. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Murray for three. Sacramento again missing.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Ellis against Green. Looking to get it going. Out to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. That shot, no good. Nice D from DeRozan. Sacramento leading by 4. Bean passes to Murray. Valanciunas with a screen on Easton. Ellis outside. Levine sets the screen for Ellis. Kick out to Levine. They need this one. Good on the three-point shot. And the Kings lead by 7.
That's a big-time bailout there. I mean, couldn't get anything going on that possession. Then Levine just takes over and makes something out of nothing.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. And Thompson throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
There's Levine, and the jam by Levine.
Hey, for all that Levine can do on the hardwood, at heart, he's a pure scorer.
And so they foul intentionally.
Jonas Valanciunas. First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Got that one up quick.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Levine against Thompson. Shooting foul as the coach's challenge has been issued.
Team foul. Shooting for Sacramento.
The officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews show that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
And here's Brooks. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Thompson for the triple. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident. confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes. This is what scratches the itch for DeRozan. Moments like this, he lives for it. Takes great pride in being the guy to knock down the critical shots.
Thompson in the post. DeRozan's there. It's stolen by Eason. Over to the left wing. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Outside, Levine. From the arc. Misses the shot. And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home. All right, DA, thanks again. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and